Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Travis. I'm here to help you make great time-lapse photography. Now today's topic is very important. Understanding the composition in your photo. Uh, and in particular, if you understand the composition in a photo, it translates to a good time-lapse scene. Okay. Now in photography, we talk about foreground, middle ground, background. Why we say that? Uh, because as a photographer, we see the world with our own eyes, right? Through our lens. But our world is very large. There's so much thing we can capture. Uh, that's why we have different lenses choices. Okay, for us to capture a minute details of whatever thing we want to capture and bring back to the audience we want, or for our enjoyment. For me, enjoyment. Okay, hopefully it's the same for you. Um, but we don't learn this rule from photography classes. We learn all this rule from this guy here. All the major artists of our time. Now the difference between a photographer and a painter is a painter start out with a blank canvas, nothing. Okay, they have nothing. They have to use their imagination to put paint onto a canvas. For us, we see the world. Everything is there. Okay, so somehow we have to compose our shot so it's narrowed down to a particular subject. Okay, so that's why you have different lenses, choices in photography. That's the reason why, so we don't want to capture everything, a certain subject we want to capture only through our lens, because our eye can see that. From my eye view, I can see that much. Okay, but you don't want to show your audience all the things that you want to show them. So that's why we have rules in photography, and lens choices to narrow it down so the audience can only see what as an artist see. Now the number one rule in composition is the rule of third. So if I use the screen as an example, okay, so right there is the rule of third. Right there is rule of third. Right there, rule of third. Right there is rule of third. Basically, whatever you try to compose, make that point there, right there, right, as your anchor point, so the viewer can see that point in the frame. In your viewfinder, you want to make that an anchor point for the audience to see. So that's the rule of third. Or you can put this side, that side, or that side. Okay, somewhere in that third, that's perfect, right? That's perfect, man. Okay, somewhere around there, and that's it's the optimal, viewing. That's how we learn. Okay, now right now I'm on full on. I'm not right in the rule of third. So right here is rule of third. Okay, right here is rule of third. But I'm not directly talking to you, right? So for this is the best viewing time, right in the center of the frame, right? This kind of straight to the frame like this. Okay, that's one rule. Okay, rule of third is one rule, and it's meant to be broken. Okay, how come like there's a lot of shot like this out around? Okay, because we are the attention. The rule of third just as a rule. Okay, it's not it's not a hard rule that you have to follow all the time. Learn the rule first, then you break it. So next time you compose something, think about that rule, okay? And rule, I mean, learn it first, sort of like everything in that kind of like frame, then you break it. Now, the next important thing is about lighting in your photograph, okay, in your frame. Think about lighting, light and shadow, okay? If I use me as an example, okay, there's only two, with light, there's only two that we can think of, okay? There's hard light and soft light. Hard light is like, you have to look at the opposite to understand what is hard, what is soft light and hard light. You look at the shadows, okay? Okay, right now, wait, let me turn on the light. Okay, see the difference? Okay, this lighting coming through here. I got a light here that hit my face, very soft light, hopefully. But I also have a light coming up from the lamp on top. Okay, so it's shining on my head, no good. I see my bald head, no good. But you can see the shadow here, right? So this the main light casts a shadow here. Okay, so that's how you understand lighting. Okay, so lighting from the side is more flattening, so it create more dimension to the face, right? Similar in landscape, you want to go out and shoot in the optimal time. The optimal time is what we call the golden hour and the blue hour. Golden hour are time where just sunrise, sunset, 1 hour each time. That's when you get the most soft light. The shadows create is very soft. So right here is quite a soft shadow because they have soft light coming in from the side here. This is very hard light coming there. Okay. So I will turn off. 1 second. I'll just turn off the main room light, and I'll see you. I'll show you. So how's that? Okay. So the light coming from this side, very soft, and create a shadow. But the background, because I don't have any light in the background, that's why I need the top light. But there's no, see, there's no light hitting my forehead, right? So that's how you understand lighting. So you turn around, more dramatic. Yeah, I can't move the light because it's stuck on the thing, but it's kind of create light and shadows. Okay. Now, in time-lapse photography, we think about that as well. You can shoot in hard light, which is like midday. But from that point on, the shadow will gradually move. For example, if you shoot a shadows of a tree, okay, over time, the shadow will slowly move, right? So we capture that thing, but it slowly move. So thinking in terms of time as well, but that's hard light. Okay, so you can do that. In the golden hour period, that's the best time to shoot anything. Okay, because the light is very soft, similar to this light. There's no harsh shadow here, right, on my nose here. Okay, there's no harsh shadow. This is a portrait, okay, portrait, and in portrait mode, it's very important that you have the catch eye, so you have lighting. Otherwise, I look dead. Okay, so that's our portrait for you, 101. For those golden hour, okay, we try to shoot around that hour because the lighting changed so much, and it's created the most dramatic photos. The cloud changed a lot, which in time lapse are our main subjects. Okay, because the cloud move, the light changes, so that's create a dramatic effect in our sequence of shots. So that's why we capture time lapse, so we can capture time throughout the changes. And that's my favorite time to shoot. Now if you just started out photography, take your camera out and shoot. That's when you learn about your exposure triangle. See on top. Then you know, like, how to control the camera, how to use manual mode to photograph. Because the ISO, you need to change the ISO a lot. The shutter speed might be slower, and you have to open up your aperture. You have to adjust it all the time to make it work. Otherwise, you get a dark scene or overexposed. Yeah, it's horrible. Blue light, not blue light, but blue hour in photography we call blue hour. It's when just after sunset, there's a certain period, very short amount of time, very narrow, 10 to 15 minutes max, that you get this beautiful blue color in the sky. So when you capture around that time, your photo, the sky in your photo is blue. I don't understand how it happened, but it happens. So try after that period, the sky becomes dark. Okay, you don't want a dark photo. So you print it out, there's a lot of dark stuff in there. You don't want that. So you want the full, with color, the blue color. That's what we love. So that's the blue hour, very narrow period we have. 10 minutes max, 10 to 15 minutes max to capture that kind of lighting. Yeah, that's a quick tutorial for you. Please comment below if you like my tutorial here of composition. Okay, do you like the lighting? Very cheap lighting. That's all, whatever I have at home I use. So side lighting, got a using wireless scope with a shotgun microphone up here, beaming down. Very easy setup. I can pull it out easy. But that's another tutorial if you want to learn about how I use my YouTube setup. I'm photographed with a camera, smartphone. This one's gone. Can't take any photo of this. I'll do another kind of buying decision that I'm gonna do in the next video. So you see my thinking, how I want to invest in my camera, new camera. Yep, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment, please. I love to hear what you thought of this kind of tutorial. Should I continue helping you guys? This is Travis here. I'm a time-lapse nutter, and I want you to be the same like me. See you next time.